Hey, YouTubers, I got an interesting one for you here. I don't know if this is coincidence or if they planned it this way, but I'm listening to my satellite radio. It's on AP News, which is Associated Press. And the two stories that they ran back to back just made me laugh. The first one is about the EU getting the, the Nobel Peace Prize. Okay, well, the EU is totally like a representation of the New World Order. It's, taking all these countries that are, severely unique, like France, Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, Sweden, just all of them, right? They're all very unique, yet they just slap them into all this big kind of one world government kind of thing. So this one world government just received the Nobel Peace Prize. Listen to the story that comes right after it.
Correspondent Rebecca Santana in Islamabad. Not one person, but the entire 27-nation European Union has won the Nobel Peace Prize. LA's traffic is often slow, but nothing like the 2-mile-an-hour crawl that Space Shuttle Endeavour is taking this morning from a hangar at LAX to its retirement home at the California Science Center. About 400 trees, many traffic lights were taken down to make way for the shuttle with its 78-foot wingspan. AP Radio News. What's the deal with a guy finding a huge eyeball on the beach in Florida? Our Ed Donahue is looking into it.
The blue eyeball is the size of a softball and has been put on ice for more analysis. A team from the Florida Fish and Wildlife Research Institute will try to determine what kind of animal the eyeball belonged to. Possibilities include a giant squid, a whale, or some kind of large fish. Oceanography professor Charles Messing told the Orlando Sentinel he couldn't rule out a giant squid, but after looking over some photos, he thinks the big eyeball belonged to a swordfish. I'm Ed Donahue.
Nationals can't.
All right. Sorry, I forgot about the space shuttle story in the middle of it, but still, I think that's hilarious. They have the One World Order EU, where they're talking about just that government body getting the Nobel Peace Prize. I always refer to 1 Thessalonians 5:3. They will say peace and safety, then sudden destruction.
Anger that has generated. Some simply argue and say that instead of bringing peace and harmony, the EU will cause insurgency and violence, a lot of instability.
International peace and security in the Middle East.
Well, peace and security as well.
Finally, I'll recommit America to the goal of a democratic, prosperous Palestinian state living side by side in peace and security with the Jewish state of Israel.
I think, because the EU has now gotten this Nobel Peace Prize, it's going to be in the news a lot where they're talking about peace. And I know I've said this before, but if you look at what the news has been covering about the ambassador in Libya that was murdered back on 9/11, if you listen to the news, it was even in the vice presidential debate last night, where just the word security is being just spoken again and again and again and again and again.
For peace.
Embassy security, the embassy security piece. Number 10.
And they wanted more security there.
Wanted more security again. We did not know they wanted more security again. And by the way,
For calls for more security, we need more forces for security. There were requests for extra security.
And, I've been asking the Lord about it because I want to know clearly, are they saying literally peace and security, peace and safety? Do the two words have to be together? Is it like a quotation as a whole? Or can they say, can those be two hot topics of the time? Can they be saying peace a lot, yet also be talking about security a lot? But then you also find that they also talk about it in conjunction, peace and security.
Two states that are living side by side in peace and security.
So I would say that there is just a whole lot of talk about security, especially coming from the Americans, regarding the ambassador and the embassies and all the security in Libya and the testimonies of the guys before, Congress, Supreme Court? Sorry, I don't remember. But it just seems that with them, the EU getting the Peace Prize, that peace would also now be a hot topic. So listen to the news and let's kind of test this theory, see if it's, a lot of talk of peace, a lot of talk of security, and a big eyeball. I forgot to even talk about that. A big eyeball right after they're talking about the EU. Okay, what does a big eyeball represent? And I'll leave you with that.